Right, so you don't really have to worry about that dude then, because you're going to the right.
There wasn't even wind there, and you're still blowing up.
It's almost like this game don't be very nice to me, Roan.
What?
Brain.
Oh no. Not to a 1v1, come on man.
Like, it really is insane the kind of shit people would just put up with back in the day. Like, this came out nowadays. This wouldn't even come out nowadays. This kind, like, something.
Well, not a game as bad as this probably would.
Yeah, no. So it wouldn't be as bad as intentionally. What you would get instead is like a game, like a cyberpunk situation, where they release a game that sure had thought put into it, but it's just a piece of shit. Whereas here, it's like they didn't even think.
Well, this is a bit better than that.
This game, it's not buggy, but they just didn't think anything through. It feels like.
Where do I go now?
It feels like they just started slapping shit together and then went, "No, that's a fucking level. Let's call it."
Am I gonna wait for wind or what?
I think you save state and jump, like you're meant to do.
Well,
you're gonna have to run.
Is that sprint jump?
Alright, my nephew
Spring trap?
is...
I love this deaths. It didn't
You're
get
giving me
old.
such a great
It
compilation.
hasn't got
of this,
old
man.
yet, you know.
It's a shame about the loaded slot from slot 1. Am I gonna wait for wind?
There's no shot there's wind there.
It's when you sprint, you're way less likely to actually get the jump right. Or it just makes no difference.
Oh my god!
Is there like
look
other
how sweet
Sub-Zero
little guy is.
specials you can do, or is it literally only ice ball?
So
I've got whatever that second icon is supposed to be.
Wait, there's
That
levels.
looks
You
like
can
it's
level up.
solid. Yeah, that's solid.
Block, low punch, low kick, and back. That's way too complicated.
So like, someone out there has beat this game.
Wait, there is
Oh,
wind.
What the fuck?
There is. Why did it take
This
so
is
long?
This is someone's favorite game. Like,
Is it?
there's got to be
Yeah.
someone out there who's
Mhm.
like, my favorite game ever was. There's wind. You've got to wait for wind.
I fucking hate wind, man.
Some guy's going to be like, my favorite game ever is
Mortal
Sub-Zero Mythology.
Mortal
Sub-Zero, Kombat Mythology,
Jai's Mythols.
Sub-Zero Chronicles.
So the Sub-Zero Chronicles, wind, earth, wind, and fire, and this is wind.
Are you not far enough on the screen to get the wind to spawn, maybe? It was like a
If I go any further, I
Yeah,
won't be
like,
on it.
There's
I go,
literally one, right?
ah!
Maybe just try the jump.
If you jump from like the absolute last pixel, maybe you'll...
There is no way I can
Yeah,
make
that's-
that.
Yeah, you need to wait
Okay.
for the wind.
It's past the time.
Well, then let's just...
Any funny jokes?
I'll put up
What's
Subway
past what
Surfers.
time?
Family Guy.
What do you call a camel with 3 humps?
Family Guy.
A rope walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, I'm a rope, and the bartender says, wait, a rope walks into a bartender, and the rope says, and the bartender walks into a
That's funny.
bar.
That's funny.
The rope walks into a bar. A rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, we don't afraid not." A rope walks into a bar, and so the rope. A rope walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, "We don't serve your kind here." And the bartender. A rope walks into a bartender. A rope walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, "We don't." A rope walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, "We don't serve your."
Is there
A rope walks
significance
into
to
a
the
bar,
circle?
and the bartender says, "Hey, we don't serve your kind here." So the rope walks out and he ties himself up into a frayed knot. And a rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here." So the rope. A rope walks into a bar,
This is why I
and
drink.
he says to the bartender, A rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says to him, "We don't serve your kind here." And the bartender,
Oh,
a rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here." So the rope leaves, and he twists himself around and parts his hair a little bit. The rope walks back into the bar, and the bartender says, "Aren't you afraid not?" A rope walks into a bar.
Mario
And he
from Head
says
Game
to
Super Mario
the
64
bartender-
walks into a bar. Oomph!
that's
A rope walks into a bar, and he says to the bartender, A rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, We don't serve rope here.
How? Okay.
And a rope walks into.
How do I can't? I can't do this.
And he says to the bartender.
How do you do this jump for
A rope
real?
walks into the bar.
I have to look up a walkthrough. I'm
and a
stuck.
bar says,
I'm actually stuck. Oh, you're meant to use a key?
a key?
I don't have a key, do I? What? Eh? Huh? What? Did I miss something?
What do you mean a key?
That some guy just uses a key. He goes to his inventory, key, and then big thing appears. Look!
So you gotta go back and find a key.
Where the fuck did the key come from?
So a rope walks into a bar,
Stuck here with this now.
and the bartender. A rope walks into a
Whoa!
bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here, pal." So the rope walks outside. He twists himself up and ties himself into a frayed knot. A rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, pal." A
Oh!
rope walks into a bar. And the bartender says, "We don't serve
Ah!
your kind here." So the rope walks out and he twists himself up and parts his hair a little bit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The rope walks back into the bar and the bartender's like, "Hey, aren't you that guy I just kicked out a minute ago?"
I'm gonna kill my dog.
And then the rope says, a rope walks into a bar
I think it's up here.
and the bartender says, "Hey, aren't you that guy I just kicked out?" And the rope says, "Nope, I'm afraid not."
Yeah,
A rope walks into a bar
You can stop.
and he
Please.
says to the bartender, "I'm afraid
Please,
not."
please shut the fuck up.
A rope walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, we don't serve your kind here, pal." So the rope walks outside, he twists himself up, and he parts his hair a little bit. He walks back into the bar, and the bartender says, "Aren't you that guy I just kicked out?"
What the fuck?
And the rope says, "Nope, I'm afraid not." That's the joke. It was.
Shut up now.
You shut
You're
up.
done. You're finished.
I'm washed up.
You're washed up. You're done. You're over. You're cancelled.
I've been cancelled on Twitter for making too many rope jokes. Or like fucking
There it is.
terrible game. Is that a key or is that a coin? Checkpoint. Use the key here. Waste it. Waste the
I don't
key.
think you can waste the key.
Oh, is that a key item?
Probably.
That's fucking hilarious. Imagine it's like Christmas 1997.
And you
get
want
your
you
brand
want
new
you want
PlayStation.
you know, and you
You
want
wanted more. You wanted Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy or whatever.
yeah, and Resident Evil, and you get
And you
one
want-
game.
Or you said, "Hey mom, I like platformer games. Can you ask the guy at the store to get me a platformer?" Can you ask the guy at the store to pick me out a platformer? And you're expecting, oh, the guy at the store will give her Crash Bandicoot. You know, we'll get something good like Crash Bandicoot. And then your mum comes home Christmas Day. You open up.
What the?
You open up your brand new PlayStation.
What?
You know, you set down your brand new PlayStation. You set it down. You get ready to play it. There was a checkpoint there, by the way, so you just skip.
Did I lose
Yeah.
the key?
Yeah, because there was a checkpoint that you
I
just
thought I
let
saved.
skip.
I thought I saved.
You set up your brand new PlayStation. You're like, oh, I can't wait to play a great platformer game. You know, I've heard a lot of stuff about Crash Bandicoot. You know, I've heard a lot of stuff about Gex 3D, for example. So you go to play your brand new platformer game. Pull out and you're like, Mortal Kombat follows a fighting game. But then you read the back and it's like, no, this is a platformer based all about Sub-Zero story. Then you put it in and you start playing this. You're 20 minutes in and you're on this fucking bit.
And you say it's the best game you've ever played.
Now, at what point does that kid grow up to hate the entire society and the system that meant that on Christmas Day in
Wait a
1997
minute.
he spent his entire fucking day playing Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Mythology? Like that's how you create a school shooter, right?
I think so. I mean,
Like, I know I'd be so goddamn angry at the world that I would go find my father's gun. And, you know, in this scenario, the kids are living in America. You know,
yeah.
they're not living in. If this was the UK, then you can't shoot up your school here, unfortunately.
Is this gonna make it into
I don't
the
think
video?
it is. It's
No.
gonna be rambling while you try. It's gonna be a compilation of all the deaths and going on about keys.
Okay.
Like, there's a guy somewhere in this world, and this is his favorite game ever.
Oh, you have to press up, right? Wait a
There's
minute.
a guy in the world. There's someone in the world right now, breathing. If you were to stop him and go, "Hey, you play video games?" he'll go, yeah, I play Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero.
What? What?
You go, what's that Triforce thing mean?
I need another key?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing else. I can't go
What's
down.
down?
Oh.
And one thing that I'm dreading was if we do,
Doo-doo?
if we do, I'm dreading the do.
It'll be of a bit that we played that... Oh no. I just...
Oh. This was the cause of most teen suicides in 1998.
This is probably the worst thing to happen in 1997.
In the 90s. Entire decade. This is the worst thing. This was fucking...
We're gonna end up with... This is how you don't play... Mortal Kombat... I'm gonna die?
Yeah, it turns out this game's actually incredibly easy and people are just gonna be shit.
Well, I am playing on medium.
And, oh, you didn't save point.
I should have, and now I have one life. Like real life. So think about this. The next time I die, this is for real. In real life, you know?
If you die
It's already open.
Why is it already open?
I guess it saved that from...
If you die in Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, you die in real life.
Oh yeah, that makes sense that didn't work.
This is the Operation Anchorage of games.
What was that? Was that trapdoor?
Maybe.
Do I find out?
Save state?
Oh well,
Okay,
he was
so-
able to walk over it. Nothing. It's nothing.
It's just the funny fucking...
And now I'm gonna die.
Funny...
Uh
Would that not have looked a bit?
oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. I just...
That's it. That's how you play the game. You know, some people, they look at your gameplay and they go, I don't understand why he's doing that. I would never do that in Mortal Kombat Mythology Zero Sub-Zero. You know, but that's how you play the game. That's the kind of strategy that you need to be an expert player to even think of. Like, most people are like, oh, I've never even thought of the big fan strategy. And you're not most people. You think of the big fan strategy, you think, there's a big fan, let's turn that on and suck me and this guy right into it.
Well, this guy's stuck in the door.
Oh. Yeah, that's oh. Is he gonna make it? Oh. Yeah, this is
This is really good.
yeah, this is so some people would look at a game like this and go, this is clearly a bug.
Well,
This
no,
is a
no, no, no.
feature.
This is the new character.
This is the first game to have door-to-door fighting.
And I killed him.
You know, some games have online multiplayer. This game has
Door.
door-to-door multiplayer.
So is there something I need to use in here, or do I just need to
Die.
fight the wind?
And the guy who somehow respawned.
Oh, how are you meant to actually for real get out of there?
Looking up the walkthrough again.
One more go.
I think you just got to beat the wind.
It's impossible. And then you go really fast. Hold on. Oh, fucking ads. Stupid Buffy the Vampire Slayer audio drama.
Is it? No. That's a Chaos Bleed sucks.
Never heard
Buffy
of
the
that.
Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds for
What's
PS3
he done?
sucks.
He's done it.
Have you got to replace it with a different key?
No, you just avoid the wind. What? Is it?
Is there like a trick to that? No. No, he takes a key and places a key.
No, he does nothing. I think he just uses something that I don't have.
Something to speed him up.
This is bullshit.
Have you got an item to speed you
Is
up?
this the last?
Level of the game. This is it. This is how the game ends.
It'll be the last episode we do on it at this rate.
I mean, the idea was never to complete these games. For what are we even calling this? Why is...
Can't open the door.
Where's the wind?
Well, that was Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. I'd give that a solid 4 out of 100,000.